Yo guys, what's up? Shade here. I got you guys a new video. This is a podcast that I did with Alarming Amber. It was about an hour long. It comes with a lot of amazing tips and advice for newer streamers that want to grow up to Twitch partner. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. Let me know what your favorite part about the video was, and let's get right into it. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Amber, who you are, and some background history. Just in general information, okay?
Well, first off, obviously my name is Alarming Amber. All right. I have been a streamer for almost 2.5 years now. I mostly stream Fortnite. I started way back in February 2019. I pretty much started streaming because my brothers kind of, encouraged me to start playing video games, and then that led to me streaming. And then my name started because my name's Amber and I'm pretty alarming. That's what we got.
I love it. Anyways, did you ever plan on going to college? Because I think you're 22, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'm 22.
So I believe you're in college now. So
I graduated.
You graduated. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So when you were coming out of high school into college, what did you want to do? Like when you went through college?
It's actually a good story. So I was going to be a poultry veterinarian. So I was going to be a chicken doctor. But that obviously changed because now I'm a streamer. But I went into college potentially being a chicken vet. I decided that that wasn't for me. And I switched to business because I was like, business can kind of go with a little bit of everything. And then I realized that school just actually wasn't for me in general. So then we decided to go full on content creation. But I did still graduate at least. So we made it through school. I graduated this last spring. And then now I've been doing full-time streaming since.
Wow.
So pretty fun. Pretty fun.
A chicken doctor.
Yeah, a chicken doctor.
That's so unique. I've never, ever heard of that before. Okay,
this is gonna sound weird, but I've done some weird stuff with chickens.
Okay, I want to hear it. I don't care. I want to hear it.
Okay. Oh, I will. So I was in a vet class, and I had to do some training almost to kind of prepare you, and it's stuff that you need to know if you're gonna pursue a chicken veterinarian career. So I had to catch a chicken and did swab samples, and I took blood from a chicken. I've done some crazy stuff with chickens. So that's what I had to do. That's what I did. Pretty fun, Not a lot of people can say that they did that, but
yeah, it's basically it's like dissecting a frog only in a chicken.
Literally though. Literally.
That's crazy. I would have never thought that you would do something like that.
I know.
Before you started streaming, did you ever think you wanted to be a full-time streamer?
Okay, so I didn't even really plan on streaming to begin with. It kind of just happened. One of my friends, my IRL friends, said that he thought that I was decent at video games and that I was pretty outgoing. So then he was like, you should try out streaming. So I tried that out, and I had no idea what to expect with streaming. I didn't even really know that much about it, but I pretty much started streaming, and I was like, yo, this is kind of fun, and I think I'm pretty good at it. So then I just kind of kept on going, and I had no clue that I would ever get as far as I've gotten, and I didn't even think I was going to do it for as long as I've been doing it, and now I can't picture not streaming. Yeah.
That's
2.5.
crazy. 2.5 years. That's a long time. Holy.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And I didn't even think I would stream for longer than a month when I first started, and now I'm I love it so much. So it's just crazy.
That's freaking crazy. That really is. It's so cool to see that you're 2.5 years in and you're still doing it, and I'm sure you plan on doing it for a long time. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
And I think streaming is one of those things where a lot of people give up, but I think it's just if you're actually determined and stuff, you just gotta push through the hard streams, and just kind of keep on going. But I definitely think it takes a lot of dedication streaming, especially for a long time.
You've managed to do it for 2.5 years.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Wow. I got a better question though. How did you find Twitch in the first place?
Okay, so my brothers is how I found Twitch. I remember the first Fortnite streamer I watched was Nick Merckx, and I thought that he was really funny because he would like shove his face in the camera whenever he was playing. And I was like, yo, Dave, like I like this dude, like he's really funny. So I started watching streams, and then that's when like I started streaming. That's kind of, it was like little baby steps.
That's wow.
And I was
Yeah.
already playing like video games before I knew what Twitch was. I found out about it a little late.
What was your favorite video game growing up?
Uh, like growing. Okay, so obviously my favorite video game in general is Fortnite, but my favorite video game was probably like COD Black Ops 3. I think that was my favorite
That
like
was a good game.
first games that like I really played. Yeah.
Did you have any
I really
specific
liked
thing that you like to do in the game? Because like
that.
I know Black Ops 3 had zombies and it had multiplayer.
Yeah.
What was your
So
favorite?
I loved zombies. It was like Shadows of Evil zombies too on like Black Ops 3. I loved it every single second. But I also did multiplayer too. I don't know. Black Ops 3 was just such a fun game. Did you play that?
I loved Black Ops 3. It was
I
one of my
know. It's
favorites.
so good. It's so freaking good. I
Yeah,
love it.
that game was really really good. I played that competitively and stuff. That
Did
was
you actually?
Yeah, I did. I really did. It was
Oh my
I love that
God.
game. That was like one of the most memorable games for me.
Yeah. I mean, it was really good. It was
Yeah,
really,
it was a
really
good
good.
game. Oh
Comp
man.
Shade. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I've always had that competitive heart, you know? And like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
to
yeah.
know that you played zombies back then on Shadows of Evil. I didn't like Shadows of Evil, but I know zombies was fun.
I love Shadows of Evil.
Did you have any other
Oh my God.
favorite like map in general?
No, because I didn't spend money on games back then. Sadly, now I do, and I spend too much money on games, but back then I didn't.
That's freaking
Ooh,
amazing.
and I loved Sims.
Sims?
Yeah. Sims was the OG days on my dad's PC.
Does it go any farther back in terms of games?
I did DS. I did DS and I did Nintendo dogs.
Nintendo dogs.
Yeah, I would like train dogs and make them do
Oh,
all this crazy stuff.
oh
That was
my
like my
god.
OG game. It's so funny.
Did you ever play like Mario on the Nintendo DS? Or like games like
Mm,
that?
I
'Cause
think I did Mario Kart.
Mario Kart's fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so fun.
That's
And on the Wii, gosh, I would get so competitive. I
Did
would
you
get so competitive.
Did you ever play
Craziness.
like Wii Sports? Cuz that's a big one.
Yes. Yes. I remember though I wasn't cool enough to have the Wii Sports. So like my neighbor had it and I would always go to her house and I would do the Wii Sports and I thought I was so cool because I was over there. You know, and I thought it was like fancy. Fancy
Fancy.
dancy.
Favorite
Yeah, I
game?
did.
Did you like
I
tennis?
don't know. No, I don't know. Okay, this actually isn't even a part of like the actual Wii Sports, but my favorite game in general, it was like this Mario game that you had to like complete these like the worlds. I don't know. It was like I don't know the name of it, but it was literally my favorite game ever. And you had like all these different worlds that you have to complete, and it was like can go up to 4 people. But I love that game so much.
I think I know
I
what
just
game
get
you're
to the
talking
beginning.
about.
Okay.
And I think you mentioned it, but who inspired you to what
Oh,
streamers inspired you to start streaming? Like in general. Like what streamers did you look up to and be like, I want to be like them?
so I think the big one that I started watching in the beginning was definitely Nick Merckx. And then I also watched Cloaksy a lot because he was also like really good at Fortnite and he would play with like Tifu and everything. And then like for the girl streamers, probably like Valkyrie. Okay, I always forget if it's Valkyrie or Valkyrie, but I love her so much. It's just I can't pronounce names. I just suck at it. Those were like probably my top people. I used to watch them like a good amount and you know, always be in their streams. I'm like, that's so cool.
It's Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yep.
I'm gonna got this. I'm gonna get it next
You'll
time.
get it eventually. You
It
got this.
doesn't matter. Like I've been told it so many times, and every time, like I just don't know. But like I love her, and I literally follow her on like every social media. I think she's so cool. It's just I can't pronounce names. I just suck. You know. It's okay though.
Sounds like, you know,
Look, wait. Can I ask what about you though? Like what streamers inspired you?
it's all about you. All about you today.
Dang it!
Can't
Dang
ask me, no.
it! Fair
Oh,
enough.
a lot of people are going to be excited to hear this one. A lot of people don't know about it because it's been 2.5 years.
Oh
Do you
gosh.
remember your first stream?
I do remember my first ever stream. I remember it. It was a 4-hour stream. It was Fortnite solos the entire time. I was literally so terrified. I was shaking in my boots. I'm not even kidding. I think I actually peaked at 9 viewers on my first stream, and I was so hype about it. And I just remember that people from my like high school came in and were stopping in, and I was so scared. Oh, it was bad. But now, like, I don't know, you just grow that confidence. So then, like, now I'm not even scared to like press the go live button. But I used to be like absolutely terrified. Like, oh my gosh, we're about to do it. We're about to go live. But it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, on your first stream, averaging 9 viewers. Well, getting to 9 viewers. That's insane. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah, I know the feeling. Do you ever remember your first raid that was over like 10 to 20 viewers when you were smaller?
Oh,
What was that like?
I don't know if I remember who it was by, but I remember I was so terrified, and I was like trying to like introduce myself because I was just like, oh my gosh, like, hi, I'm Amber. I stream Fortnite. And I had no idea what to say, and I was so nervous. I think I kept saying a bunch of times. It was like the biggest deal in the entire world to me. I was just like, I was so happy, so freaking happy. It was just crazy.
I was like, what do I say? Like you feel you're like you freeze up and you're just like, I don't know what to do. Like it's so sketchy.
And it means so much too. You're like, oh my gosh, you thought of me. Like you're rating me. Like, thank you. It's just absolutely insane. It feels like the best moment ever.
How did viewers, like people that watch your stream, how did they find you initially?
Okay, ready? So way back in the day, the way that I got viewers, I did this thing called Follower Friday. So every like Friday, I would play with like followers that followed my stream. And I remember I would be going like so crazy. I was like shaking. All these people were coming in. And I was like, oh my gosh, like they want to play. And some of the people from Follower Friday way back in the day, like 2 years ago, are still in my streams today, which is crazy.
Who are
Absolutely
they?
insane. Well, like, okay, Tivy didn't exactly find my stream from Follower Friday, but Tivy's one of them. And then Disco is actually one of them. He's admin of my Discord.
Disco, yeah.
Yeah.
Disco's cool.
I know. But I
That's
found
crazy.
them probably like right around that time. I know.
So at the time when you just started streaming, did you have any other social media? Like, did you have Twitter? Did you have TikTok? Did you have YouTube? Did you use them?
So when I first started streaming, I was more along the line. Like, I thought that you could just stream on Twitch and grow. Like, I didn't really have any clue that you had to post on any other social medias. So I was pretty much like just streaming strictly on Twitch for like so long and not posting on any social medias, which in case anyone doesn't know, that's not the way to do it. All right, you gotta post on every social media. And then baby steps, I think I got Instagram, and then like I started posting on Instagram, but I didn't post a lot. And then I had Twitter, which I like never posted on Twitter really. And what the thing that I probably posted on the most that eventually made my streams grow was TikTok. So over time, like TikTok made my streams grow. And then that's when I started being more consistent on like every social media platform, like YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff. Yes.
As you like start to gain viewership, like let's say you get to the 15 to 20 average viewer mark.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that it's good to start making socials, especially like Discord and Twitter and TikTok, and post on them?
Yeah, I think it's like not only like important, it's like crucial. Like you can't stream without them. I think like that's, if you're not growing on other platforms as well as your Twitch, then you're probably not gonna grow at least to like the full potential that you probably can.
What do you say to the people that say they're gonna post on different platforms or build their socials, but they don't, and then they complain about?
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. I don't think people, I think even myself, like I can improve. I think everyone can always improve on it. Cause like you could always be using your socials to like the max ability. Like either you could always be posting more. You can always be having more content and everything. And the people that, you know, say that they're going to be like posting content and don't, it's just, you can't complain because you have to realize at the end of the day, like hard work determines, you know, the quality and the progress of your streams. So it's like you can't complain. You just kind of have to work harder at the end of the day. You know, it's a big one. It's a really, really big one. Doesn't that also go along with like when people are like, my stream's not growing? And then if you ever check their account, like they'll have like, I think you do it. I know I do it. I think a schedule is so nice. One, it like lets your viewers know when you're live. And then it also motivates you to like be consistent. Because if you have a schedule and like certain times set, then like you have to not only like, you have to like hold yourself accountable. I think it like helps with that, you know?
I agree. I completely agree with you on that one. That's
Yeah.
definitely
I think
something
it's a
that people
big
need to do,
one.
especially when you're smaller. You have to stream consistently because if you don't, then the
Mhm.
people that you did end up, you know, people that ended up finding your stream, they might not come back because you're not consistent. They don't know when
Exactly.
you're streaming. So I think that's a big one that a lot of people miss. And I think if people did that more, they could grow quickly. And
Mhm.
that's honestly my opinion on that.
No, I agree completely. Because like, how are people gonna find your stream if you're never streaming? You know?
Did you have a camera and a decent mic at the time when you started streaming?
I did have a camera. The mic I had was like a headset mic. I don't even know what it was. It was just whatever I had. You know, that kind of brings up a point though. People think that you need to have a PC to stream when you don't. Like you could I started off streaming. I had a TV. First off, I didn't even have a monitor. I had a console. I had like I had a little laptop that I read chat off that barely even functioned. Like it's just like baby steps. And then the more you grow and the more consistent you are, you can have like donation goals and people that like really like your streams or like your content, like you'd be surprised, like they'll help you, you know, like grow and build up the baby steps and improve your stream. I don't know. I think it's amazing. Like when I look back at like what I first started with to what I had now, it's like it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal.
So Dave says $35 from Walmart. It was a Turtle Beach headset.
Yeah, that's what I started streaming with, a Turtle Beach headset and the Turtle Beach mic that was on the headset. And yeah, that's what I started off with. I don't know. Let's be honest though. We've all had Turtle Beach at
Oh
least
yeah,
once.
for
Come on.
sure.
We all
For
start off
sure.
with the
For
Turtle Beach
sure. We
headset.
all did. I remember my first Turtle Beach headset back in
Yes.
2013.
Oh
I
my
never
gosh.
forget that headset.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
Do you think people need a camera to stream?
No. No, I don't think so. I think there's streamers that camera benefits their stream. Like for instance, me personally, like I show a lot of facial expressions. Like so when I am like, you know, saying stuff, I think like a camera shows my facial expression. So if I didn't have one, then it wouldn't be the same. Like my stream just wouldn't have the same effect. But then there's some people like, let's say you're really good at the game and you're just like focusing on the game. I don't think people necessarily need a camera in that instance, you know?
So do you
Mm-hmm.
think not having a camera affects your viewership when you start out in terms of growing?
I think it actually can. Me personally, I do think it can, but I think it depends. Like, if you're not having a camera, I think you really have to have a bold and amazing personality or like really good gameplay. Like, there has to be something else that's like sticking out about you or being unique that a camera can't show. That's my opinion.
As long as your gameplay is really good or
Hmm.
like you have a personality and you can talk to your chat pretty quickly, you can still grow without a camera.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
it's
would
going to be a
agree.
lot easier too if you do have one.
Yeah. Some people are like, this is just some people only watch streams with cameras too. I'll watch streams if you know, whether you have a camera or not. But I know some people will only watch streams if the person has a camera.
Yep. And I feel like I'm that way sometimes. I mean, I watch people without cameras, but
Yeah.
I tend to lean towards people with cameras maybe because it's
Hmm.
more of like a personal experience. And when you're just watching someone and they don't really read their chat and they don't have a camera, that's an issue. It's really hard to watch their stream because you don't
I would
connect with them. So it's like watching a PS4 broadcast with no mic. How
it is.
like, oh man.
Definitely have to be talking a lot more too, I think, if you don't have like a camera.
Oh yeah. So when you first started out, did you have any dedicated people that watched your stream? that supported you from the get-go, like right from the start?
In my family. So
Your fam-
like my dad and my brother Dave were like pretty much my only. Okay, so like I know that my first stream I said like I peaked at 9 viewers, right? But that was like my first stream, right? But like mostly I'd say my brother and my brother Dave and my dad were like in there all the time. And me and Dave used to just have conversations to each other, and he'd be in like the room next to me and we would just be having conversations so I wasn't sitting there silent. And then obviously they still watch my streams now. So those were definitely the two strongest viewers from the start.
Did they
For
keep you
sure.
motivated, especially in that first initial part? Because I know sometimes it can get very demotivating to sit at 1 viewer or 0 viewers.
I think yes, because I never sat at the 1 viewer mark, you know? Like I never had below 2 viewers ever. One, you should always be lurking yourself, you
Yeah.
know, when you first start off. Always be lurking yourself. You can have your phone and just toss it aside, but have your phone on, and that counts as a view. So I actually average view like 3 viewers like every stream in the beginning. So I actually got affiliate, I think, in the first week of me streaming. Just because I had me, Dave, and my dad watch me. So like I got it in the first week.
And it's good to have those people that be there for you, especially. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Because I know like some people really struggle with that. Their family won't even let them stream, you know, especially like if you're younger. Um, like they will not support that, and it makes it so hard for them. And I feel bad. So it's always been amazing that like my family has supported me in streaming.
When you going back to affiliate, because you were just talking about it, you said you got it in a week.
Yes.
When you got the notification that you reached affiliate, how did you feel?
Oh, so even though I like knew that I was gonna hit it because like I was averaging the 3, I was so excited. Like I remember I was like, oh my gosh, I can get emotes. And I was like, let's go. So I got like emotes literally like within like the first like 10 minutes, I think, of seeing the notification. I like started going on Fiverr and I was looking up all these emotes and stuff. Oh my gosh, but I was literally so excited.
Do you still have pictures of the emotes
Oh
from
my gosh,
back
I think
then?
you know what? I can probably find them on my Fiverr account.
Because I would love to see your initial
Oh my
emotes.
god, they were nowhere near to what they are now. Everyone starts somewhere. That's especially with like
Exactly.
streaming, it's all baby steps. So like, oh my gosh, I think I have them.
No way. You
I
have
have
them?
them.
Oh my goodness, there's no way.
These are my first emotes.
There's no way. Look at that, guys. That's her first emotes ever.
Yeah. And now I never have my hair in a bun. Always like up. I found
Wow.
those really fast.
Yeah, I know. That was like really fast. Holy. So, another interesting question. Did you set goals from there? And if you
Um,
did, what were your short-term goals?
I did, I think like hitting 1,000 followers was a big one. I did, so I wanted the 5, which I think you get by either subs or followers. I don't know. It's been so long now that I kind of forget, but I wanted to reach the max amount of emotes that you can get for an affiliate, and then also 1,000 followers. And then that's when I did my first 24-hour stream, was at 1,000 followers. And I was like, I'm never doing a 24-hour stream ever again. And I've done like 20 since then, which is funny.
How long did it take you to get to
I'd say 3 or 4 months. I grew pretty fast in this like very start. You kind of learn. Like I've had my ups and downs with like so many ups and downs with my streams, and I've learned like so much from it. And I think like you literally can't put a price on like this, like the situation that I've run into while streaming, and like just like the hardships I have to get over. Like there's just so many like little things that I've done with streaming, which is like, I don't know, all like the years you just learn so much, so much. It's crazy.
So, in streaming, you have been streaming for 3.5 years now. Did you learn any life skills from streaming in this time?
Okay, I swear I have learned more in streaming than I have in all of my years of school. I swear. And yeah, so I would say you learn like definitely communication skills 100%. You learn like almost like a networking skill, like talking to other creators, talking to like, I mean, brands and stuff like that. Like there's just so much stuff that you can like learn from talking and the experiences and the different types of people that you run into. I mean, how many different people have like you met on Twitch, and like you just get to like talk to so many different people. It's just crazy. I love it.
You've been streaming for 2.5 years. When do you feel at that point did you really start like taking off?
2 years, 2 year mark, 100%. Final answer. No, I take it back. 1.5 years, because that's when I started to really grow on TikTok. TikTok definitely made my viewership go up so much. I still remember like the first video that like went like viral on TikTok and all that. Like TikTok is like, I think, one of the best ways to grow your stream. If like a streamer is not doing TikTok, like literally post a TikTok right now. Do it.
What was that video? I remember seeing that for the first time and it was like at 1.2 million views or something crazy. It was a lot.
Mood killers. So what I used to do was like, that's like the trend that I kind of like popped off with. They were just like mood killers. So what I would do is I would take a situation, gaming related, and I would do something that would just kill the mood. So I would do like, your friend says hop on and then they don't get on for another 2 hours, then it's like a mood killer. And I would just run those, and I just kept running them and doing them and doing them, and it like made my TikTok grow so much.
How fast did you hit it?
A year.
So it took a lot of time to get to that 100,000 mark then.
Yeah. But I think you could definitely hit it before a year. 100%. It's just you have to find like your own thing that works. And I think that's like the hardest part, is finding like what works for you, what people want to watch. You know, it's just like it really, I think, varies like person to person.
Did it motivate you more when you were streaming? You started using it to benefit yourself on Twitch. Did you feel insanely more motivated?
Yeah, 100%. I think like just when anything, like a huge milestone happens in general, it just like boosts your motivation so much. I don't know. It's kind of like tough because me personally, like I don't look at my viewers. It gets to in my like mental health types. I don't know. It gets in my mental, and I don't like that. So I don't really look at my viewers, but I just remember when I would see like TikToks pop off, it would like motivate me to do, you know, more streams and stuff like that.
When you ended up popping off on TikTok, I love saying it like that.
Popping off.
Did you make any innovations to your stream with the growth? Did you do anything specific to your stream that made it stand out more?
I started doing random duos. So that's kind of what started to do good for a while. So then I did more random duos.
This is probably like one of the most important things about your branding, and I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about. It's the A team. I've always been so curious to know the history of behind it, and since you told me that it was literally your first emotes, you've had this in your head for a very long time. So, did you just wake up one day and just like, oh, the A team, that sounds great, I'm gonna use that?
What happened was, I remember it was like, well, yeah, it was in my first month of streaming. We were trying to find like the name for our community. I don't know, like what sounds good. We were like, A gamers. We were like, you're just going through like a bunch of names. We were like, we need something with an A, because my name was like Amber Alert at the time, but we wanted something with like A's. And I was playing duos with my friend Richie, and he was like, what about A team? And he just said it like jokingly, and I'm like, that's it. I'm like, A team, that's it. So then we like just stuck with it for literally like 2.5 years now. And I love it. I think it's so catchy. It's simple, it's sweet, but I think it works.
The logo, I'm sure that took some time to make, and like the design behind it is incredible. I think it's one of the biggest things that stands out when you're streaming, especially because you can see it in the background. I can see it right now. Obviously the A's cut off, but like I absolutely love it. I think that's amazing that you actually have that, because that's really cool. So how did you guys come up with the logo design?
I went through on a notepad and just did like all these different designs, because I wanted something that had like a siren involved, because that kind of like went along with like my brand since like the start. This was when I think I was starting to make my second batch of emotes, and I realized that the alarm was a thing, because then those ended up being my sub badges, was like the alarm. So I was like, what if I can combine the two? So then I started making different little sketches, and then with my second batch of emotes, I was like, okay, can you add an alarm on top of the A? And she's like, I got you. And then that's pretty much what happened.
So when did
Yeah,
you
it's
get that
crazy.
big old sign that you hang up on your wall? I want to know where how you got, like, what, how did you come up with that, and tell me about that.
Okay. Actually, my boyfriend made me my sign for my a Christmas present. So he actually made that himself. And he pretty much he actually I think he hacked my Fiverr account, which is kind of funny. Found the logo of the A team and then sketched it out and put it on a thing and gave it to me.
That's
But
sneaky.
that's what happened. He was sneaky. I mean, I wasn't mad. I loved it. I was like, oh,
That's
let's
amazing.
go. I would like probably never take that down. I think it's so cool.
I think it's cool too, and
Adds a nice little
especially,
touch.
yeah, it does.
You can't really see it right now, but it's
It
okay.
says team. That's okay. We
Yeah.
get it.
And it's backwards, but that's okay too.
When did you end up getting new emotes, the ones that you have now?
It was probably May 1st, like 2020, probably.
Probably.
That's my guess. You know, it's probably like a year after.
Do you ever plan on changing those emotes?
Yeah, I want to get dogs. I think dogs would be so cute, and I love dogs. They're like my favorite animal. So I'm probably gonna switch to dogs. Probably like really soon. I've
That'll
been
be
saying it for like a
interesting.
little bit. You know, getting new emotes is like the best thing ever too, because it's so exciting. It's like you feel like a little kid on Christmas. Like, oh, let me see what I got. You get to like see like all the hard work they put into the emotes and like your ideas actually like getting put on paper. It's so awesome.
I'm gonna backtrack to TikTok really quick. So, what did it feel like to be like a celebrity? I
Oh,
remember the story of Grande, who came into your stream and was like, "Hey, can you say my name, please?" What did it
oh
feel
my
like?
god. I never felt like a celebrity, but I just thought it was kind of like cute. Like people would comment like on my TikToks and be like, first, and like, can you say hi to me? People like still do it like to this day, but it's just like it's not like I'm just Amber, you know, like it's not a big deal. Like I'll say hi to like whoever, like if I thought it was just like cute. Like TikTok is like super big on like Noti gang. So there was one time that like our noties for my Twitch were like insane. Like everyone was just clicking on that noti and like say hi, and I was like hi, hi. But it was just it's cute. It wasn't like celebrity moment. I just thought it was like cute.
Okay, so for TikTok in general, do you think there's a certain kind of content that people should post, or should they go more on the trend?
So I think that if you can think of your own absolute unique creative idea that's not a trend, it's just you completely, I think you can do that. But I think trends are the best way to kind of grow at the start. Like, I know that a trend, like, obviously the songs are just constantly getting put on people's For You page. So I think, like, if you're trying to get people to at least just like follow you or find your TikTok, I think just like going off of those sounds is like really big at the start. But I think the biggest thing is probably being like so unique and thinking of stuff. But obviously that's so much easier said than done. Even just talking about whatever you want to talk about in your niche, and then just putting a trending song underneath or over your voice would probably help your videos so much.
So, you're in Vanish now, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Did you ever have to grind for the team, just in general?
I've never grinded for like a specific team. I know that some people do that, but I kind of just was more about I'm going to make content and just see what happens type of deal, you know? Some people do grind for a specific team. I've never personally done it.
When you got offered to Vanish, how did you feel?
So like I was like pretty hyped because I was never in a team or an org or anything like that before Vanish. When I had the opportunity, I was like, "Wait, what? You want me?" I was like, "Okay." I was so excited.
Do you think it brings growth in a way? And do you feel like it's a tool to meet new people and make
Yeah.
connections?
Yeah, I think definitely like you meet a team, you know, so obviously that can just automatically help you meet completely new group of people. And then another thing is I think it helped me grow my Twitter following a little bit. We would follow each other on Twitter, you know, obviously. So I think that helps as well. I think that definitely helps.
What's your dream team? What team do you want to be in? Like, is there like a specific team, or have you not thought about it?
No, I'm chilling where I am right now.
All right. Good to ask, because you never know. Maybe
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I want to be in Phase, or I want to be in 100 Thieves, you know? One of my favorite things that I want to hear about. So, what's the craziest, absolute most insane moment you've ever had on Twitch?
It was probably when FaZe Jarvis donated to me, because I was having a subathon, which I've actually run like a couple of those. In case anyone doesn't know like what that is, they're like streams where subs equal like a longer stream, and there's like incentives, and they're like super fun streams. But like it was kind of getting like a little late, and I was just decorating ornaments. I don't know. I was just sitting there and I got my little ornaments and I'm decorating them. And then all of a sudden, like, someone donates and it's like FaZe Jarvis. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what is this knockoff Jarvis doing? I'm like,
Jarvis.
what? Like, I think they did, I forget. It was like a $10 dono. Guess a number between 1 and 20. And I said 18. So they donated an $18, dono. And I was like, let's go. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for the $18 dono. And then I go back to decorating my little ornaments. Everything's good. And then all of a sudden he donated $1,800. And I just sat there and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is the real FaZe Jarvis. I'm like, there's no way. And I was like, is this real? Is this real? Because I legitimately thought it was fake. Like, how am I supposed to think that that's real? So I'm like, oh my God. And then I just start bawling my eyes out. Then my freaking like brother comes in, and then he donates more because my brother comes in. Then my dad comes in and he donates more because my dad comes in. So it was just absolutely insane. And I was like, oh my God, FaZe Jarvis donates me. And he put me in a YouTube video too. So like people were like, are you the one that FaZe Jarvis donated to? And I'm like, yeah. Oh my gosh. I was so excited. I was like, I cannot believe this. I got so like excited. I spilled my ornaments everywhere. So all this like these little tiny beads that were in my ornament went all over my entire room. So I was picking them up for literally like days after my stream. It was so bad.
So when did you find out that you were going to be in that FaZe Jarvis video?
The day that he donated, it was actually FaZe K message in my stream, and he's like, yeah, we're going around spending like Christmas vibes. Have a good Christmas. And he's like, you're going to be in a video. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, no way. I probably started crying more, but yeah, I cried a lot that day. I cried a lot.
Has anyone ever told you that you inspire them? And how did you feel?
Whenever someone does tell me that like I inspire them, it always is just like a little like, aw, like, thank you. I really appreciate it. But I just think it's always cool to know that like when you're streaming, you can actually be like helping out people and not even knowing, or like making people's days and just be doing your own thing. And like, I think that's so crazy just by like being yourself, you know? It gives you like that little like reminder, like, oh my gosh, like what I'm doing is like really awesome, you know? Like
there could be times where you're streaming and someone is tired and it's like, I'm going to put Amber on my TV and I'm going to go to bed. How does that make you feel?
Like, I just think all those moments like mean so much though. Streamer always appreciates it so much. And I think like you kind of like almost forget like the other side where it's like they could be appreciating you like that much. And it's just like kind of crazy. It's like true friendships. Like, I don't know. It's really insane. The streamers that branch off of like each other. Like, for instance, like you're one of the streamers. Like, I love the fact that like we connected and like I watch you, you watch me. Like, our communities like are kind of like linked in a way. And I think that's like the coolest thing. So I know it's not like necessarily like an inspire, but I think it's just cool like the stream friendships that like kind of like go off, and like the connecting communities. I think that's like one of like the coolest things.
And then you realize that people that's in your community branching out to start their own streams.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's just so cool. Like, I had someone the other day that rated me and was like, I just got affiliated. And I was like, oh my, like I didn't even like really know that like they streamed, but I was like, that is so amazing. That is so amazing. And, like, obviously like I followed them, and I just like, now that's their own community that like I can raid them, and then growing. It's just, I think it's so cool. It's like little like jigsaw pieces coming together.
So do you ever go into someone's stream and you follow and then they get a reaction? Like it's one of the coolest things and it happens to all of us, especially when we get follows from like bigger streamers like, oh, let's say Alexa, right? Or
Mhm.
Sparkles. Like those follows
Yeah.
are huge to us.
Yes.
But you have to think about it in the other way as well, where
Mhm.
let's say you go into like someone like Grande's stream and you follow and they see your name and you're like, no way, Amber followed me. There's no way right now. Have you ever had
So
that happen?
I have had that happen with like a couple people, but I try not to just like I'm just Amber. You know, like I don't like the whole like, oh my gosh. Like I just want it to be like, yo, like let's just hang out. Like I just want to vibe and watch your stream like you do with me, you know? Like I think it's just much cooler to find out people stream in your community that you have just such like a connection with, and like they're always there for you, just like showing that little like support back. Like I just think that's so cool to me. I love it.
What's the longest stream you've ever done?
Oh God, I'm still
Let's
having
talk.
PTSD from
Let's talk about that
it.
stream.
So the longest stream that I ever had was 5 days. I remember, slept on stream, did everything literally on stream. Oh my gosh, it was just, but that was probably one of the best streams I've ever had. Like that stream was insane. I don't know what it is, but after really long streams, you feel like this with your community. Like you connect so much. It's insane. I guess like spending all that time with each other, but I felt like I got so much closer with my community after that stream, and it was just insane. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Like it was awesome.
Did you ever expect to stream for 5 days?
No, I kept saying, I was like, there's no way it's gonna hit 5 days. There's no way it's gonna hit 5 days. People were like, it's hitting 5 days, Amber. I'm like, no, it's not.
I'm still working and you're still
Like, I'm
streaming.
like, what? When is this ending? I'm like, well, it's a 5 day cap, so it has to end at some point, you know?
So going forward, list me some up-to-date goals, things that you want to accomplish short term, next couple of months, and then long term.
Okay, so my biggest goal at the moment is definitely partner. I've been close to partner so many times, so many times. So I think that's just like the final, like, I'm gonna get partner before either my 3-year anniversary or by the end of the year. That's like that's literally like my only goal right now. And that's my big one.
So the day you wake up and you get that notification that you're partnered, what will you do that day?
I'll probably stream. I'll probably. I feel like we gotta have like a hype stream that day. I don't know what it would be, whether it be a subathon. I'd have to do something. I haven't thought that far in advance, but it's gonna be a hype one. Whatever it is, I will for sure cry when I hit partner.
Is there
Mhm.
any big streamers that you look up to that you want to collab with in the future?
Okay, so I'd say probably Sparkles. And I don't know, I've always wanted to like reach out to her and be like, would you want to play with me? But I've always been too scared. Maybe there's a chance one day. So that's, I think, my goal collab at the moment.
Do you think you're
For
going to
sure.
be nervous when it happens?
Oh, probably. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm playing with Sparkles. Well, I've even had people like just in like creative, they're like, I'm so nervous. I'm like, why? They're like, I'm playing creative with you. I'm like, it's okay. We're just vibing, having a good time. You don't have to be nervous.
What's one question you
I'm
hear
nervous.
constantly as a Twitch streamer? What's the most
Oh my
common questions that you hear
Can
as
I
a
Can I play? Can I play? Can you add me? Those are probably my top two. My top two right there. I think I get it. I think I get it like 67,000 times a day, but you know what? It's whatever. It is whatever.
Have you had some weird ones?
Are you wearing a wig 1,000 times? Like I always get that question if I'm wearing a wig. In case anyone's wondering, I'm not wearing a wig. All right.
I'll never get over that.
I know.
We're going to go over some interesting Twitch topics. Stuff.
Ooh.
Hey, yeah, this is going to be fun. This goes for a lot of people, especially because some people can't get the support, especially. So do you feel that Twitch can be a career job? And do you think that you can support yourself long-term with it?
So I think you definitely can, because you you know the streamers that are like 100% making a good living off of it, but I think that's like the 1% category. And I think if you want to be in that category, you have to go like extra above and beyond. Like you have to like probably put in more work than you would in a regular job that's like a 9 to 5 to make it work. So my neighbor just had a party the other day and I told them that like I'm a streamer. And they're like, wow, so all you do is like play video games? It's like, no, you don't just play video games. Like you have to put in time, you have to edit videos, you have to put in content, like you have to like do so much more than just play video games. Like it's just crazy, you know? And people just think it's like the easiest thing.
Have you ever had any awkward conversations where you had to tell someone what your job was?
Yes. Oh my god. Like all the time. The person at my bank, like he just needed to know like what my occupation was. He was going through a list to try to like find a category that a streamer would go under, and I'm like, he's like, "Oh, so like where do you work?" And I'm like I'm a streamer. And he's like, "Okay, what does that mean?" He was like old. He had no clue. I'm like, "I play video games and stream it." Like I don't know how to explain it. He's, "Well, who's your work provider?" I'm like, Twitch? I was like, I don't know. I was like, myself?
Do you think that the older generation doesn't see it as a job compared to the younger generation, which, you know, is more online?
I don't think they understand. I don't even think, like, my mom. Okay, so like my dad and my brother Dave and Vince, they all understand streaming, but my mom literally has no clue. Like every time that I'm going to stream, she's just like, "Okay, Amber, are you going to play your video games?" I'm streaming. I am playing video games, but I'm not that. She thinks I'm a pro player, first of all, and I'm making my money by like winning tournaments. And I'm like, mom, I'm not that good. All right. And then like another thing is like people will just not even take it like serious at all. I don't know. There's either the people that just don't understand it. There's the people that are like, how can you watch people play video games? I don't think a lot of people understand it.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
And because it's such like a new thing. It's only been around for what, 10 years now? Not a lot of people are used to, you know, seeing people, you know, stream online, and they think it's just video games. So some parents can be against Twitch, and obviously your family supports you.
Mm-hmm.
So I obviously we already answered that question. Suggestions if other parents or family don't support them when they want to pursue it.
I think like there's a lot of factors involved. Like I think one, it depends how old you are, because I think there is definitely an age where it's like if your parents don't want you to play video games or stream it or whatever, you can't really get around that. But I think once you get to a certain age, you can feel like, all right, mom and dad, you got to realize like if I'm getting my work done, if I don't have any chores, if I don't have any responsibilities, like I can do this. And you know, like I have to at least try. And I think if you prove to them, like maybe if you show your stats of like a stream or like, you know, that you're actually like doing really good, like I think maybe that will give them some reassurance. But I think it's tough if your family's just not for it. Hitting affiliate, hitting partner, like making that first Twitch payout. Like if you're hitting all these achievements, what more can they be against? You're pretty much showing them that it actually can be like a job if that's what you're trying to make it, or like just at least a nice hobby, you know?
Yep.
Not a waste of time, which some people think.
Where do you see Twitch in a year from now? Do you think that other platforms like YouTube or Facebook can compete with it?
I'm going to be honest. I definitely think that there's things that Twitch needs to improve on or can improve on, you know? But I do not see Facebook and YouTube passing it, because I think one, I've been on YouTube, all right? Never have I ever seen a live video ever. I've never seen like someone live on YouTube in my entire life. I don't see it ever. It's like, are they hiding? I don't know. So it seems like the discoverability on YouTube for like live streams, unless I don't know the platform at all, I can't find it. Facebook, I don't even have a Facebook. I've never been on a Facebook. I don't know what that is. So at least from what I can see, I think Twitch is just so beyond superior to the other ones. It's insane.
What platform helps you grow the fastest? What do you think?
TikTok, 100%. TikTok. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
It's a big thing on Twitter, and because you're using Twitter more often, you probably saw it. A lot of people have been talking about the hate rates Bot following. I saw that. IP grabbers. That's a new one. Do you think Twitch is doing anything about it?
I don't know. Like, I don't really know what they can do. I'm not good with all that tech savvy stuff, you know? But I am wondering, like, just to myself, like, if they're not doing anything because they literally can't, like, because it's just like so beyond what they can like deal with, or if it's just because like they don't care. They have to be like, and I know that there was like the day off Twitch and like that
I
type of
saw
deal
that.
too. So maybe like that stuff is helping, but I'm not sure.
Are you okay with Twitch taking 50% of the revenue? Or do you think that creators in general deserve the 70-30 split, like getting 70% of the sub revenue? What do you think?
So I have mixed thoughts about this
Okay.
because I see one side of it where it's Twitch is like, you know, you got to make your money somehow. Obviously, I think they're making a lot of money, you know, but at the end of the day, it is a company and they're the ones that are providing us with the platform to even stream and do something that's still like kind of, you know, not that common, I don't think. But then it's like the other side where it's like, hey, I wouldn't mind the 70% on split. And I mean, I'm earning these subs myself. Like, Twitch, you're not gifting me these subs, you know? Like, this is amazing people from my community that are gifting them. It's like, why can't I get the extra split? So I don't know. I see both sides.
I don't think this is true. But do you think girls get more viewership and follows on Twitch than guys do?
So at first, I did think yes. When I first got on the platform, I did actually think yes. But I don't think that's it. I just think there's less girls on the platform than guys. So whenever people come across like a girl, it's like something a little different. But I still think like at the end of the day, you have to be, you know, determined. You have to have content. You have to be good at a game. Like, I think no matter what, those are the biggest things is having content and being unique. Okay, you know what I think it might be? It might be the initial click on the stream, but you still have to have a personality to make them
Mm-hmm.
stay. I think that's what it is.
That's a good one.
Final answer.
That's a good one. Oh, that was a really good. Uh,
Okay,
uh,
okay.
do you think getting rated by a massive streamer, Tim the Tap Man or Dr. Lupo? I don't know if they're there anymore, but let's say you get rated for like 20,000.
Okay.
Do you
All
think
right.
this could kickstart someone's streaming career? Do you think it could help them grow?
Okay, so I used to say yes to that. Okay, but I'm actually going to say no because I know someone that got rated by Tifu with 50K viewers and their stream went back to like 9, averaging 9, and that's pretty much where they were at the start. So I think just from what I've seen, no. So I think at the end of the day, it still comes back to personality, grinding, putting that content out on every single platform.
Have you ever been demotivated? Name an instance, and what did you do to combat it and get through it?
Okay, this is just an example because I've obviously been demotivated like multiple times. It's just like with anything, you get those times where you're just struggling, you know? And I think especially with like Twitch, when you see numbers and, you know, maybe like familiar faces like not showing up, like it's almost like you're losing like friendships. So I think that can like kind of get you in your feels. But there was a specific time, it was when I was first streaming Fortnite back in like the first year of me streaming, and I had probably around 20 to 30 viewers or 30 to 40, and I was on the track to probably getting partner because my viewership was just going up and up and up and up, and I just couldn't do it with Fortnite anymore. Like, I was just like really going through it. Like, Fortnite was just not hitting different. Like, I was struggling like so hard, and I switched to games, which any streamer knows that switching games, just your viewership goes down like so much. So I went from averaging 30 to 40 viewers to 9.
Oh my.
And oh my god, I've never like debated quitting streaming before, like, until that moment. Like, I had to push through that for like, I think it was like a month. Every day I was just struggling so much, and like I had to try to like turn the viewer count off. I had to try to just like put on a happy face, but like I was so like I was in like the worst time ever, and like it was really bad for me. But then I ended up like grinding that for a bit. My viewership went back up. I decided to try Fortnite again, and it like I just got a way better attitude. I think just like the biggest thing you can do when stuff like that happens is realize one, no matter what, when you switch a game, your viewership's going to go down. So you have to like know that in your head automatically. And another thing is it's just hiding your viewers, because at the end of the day, viewers shouldn't affect your personality. I think you should still be the same streamer no matter how many people are like watching you. It's just like hard to kind of convince yourself that it mentally kind of fucks you up a little bit.
Oh yeah, it definitely does,
Yeah.
and I'm everyone's went through it. Every streamer
Everyone.
knows, and
Mhm.
it's not, it doesn't discriminate to Twitch too. If you're on YouTube,
Everything. Everything.
your numbers start going down. You're just like, oh no, like you
Yeah.
always have
Even
that in the
TikTok.
back of your head, even if you're strong against it. How did you combat the stress into motivation? Because you contemplated quitting streaming. So how did you get
Yeah.
through it? What did you do?
Well, I pretty much just realized like I kind of like went through situations in my head where I was like, well, what am I streaming for? And I realized I'm doing it because it's a big passion of mine, and I just love gaming. I love my viewers. I love my community that I've built. And I thought of like all the hard work that I've put in, and I was like, I can't just quit. Like what am I doing? What am I saying? When you realize like what you're streaming for, I think it gets you like way more motivated in the long run. So I kind of like whenever I'm like struggling, like I'll just like remind myself like why I kind of started in the first place.
Do you think it's good that that happened to teach you lessons about Twitch and in general, make you a better streamer in general?
Yeah, I think 100%, because if I didn't go through that, I would have eventually anyways. Like it literally happens at any point. Any point your viewers are going to go down, or you switch a game because you just can't play the same game obviously for the rest of your life. I had to go through it eventually, so I think the time that it happened couldn't have been better. But like obviously I've been like demotivated other times as well, but that was just like the biggest one because I've never thought of quitting streaming before until that.
Do you think taking breaks is okay? Do you think that
Um
it's detrimental to take a longer break, like a week break?
Like, I hate to say this, but like it at least feels like it. I'm not saying that it is, but it just feels like it when you're the one taking the break. Because I think it can just be so stressful. Like I have never oh my god, I've taken 1 week break off before, and I still regret it to this day. I still regret it to this day. It's just like crazy, like how much like it's like a mind game in Twitch. It's just like you don't think about it, but like it is. But I think sometimes you just genuinely need it. Like you need a mental health break every once in a while. So whether that's one day for someone or a week, I think you should worry about your mental health way more. But it's just like it really sucks. It really sucks at the same time. But I think sometimes you just need it.
Yeah.
Whenever like I struggle with like streaming or something, I usually go to either my family or my boyfriend, and they'll just kind of like talk it through with me and be like, well, what's stressing you out? And they'll just kind of like give their like input, and then usually just like talking about it, kind of going through the situation, writing stuff down always like kind of helps me. I don't know. And then sometimes like I'll just make more goals, so like I have something to like work towards, because sometimes I think like I'll like feel almost like unsuccessful. I don't know if that's like the right word, and then that will get me like a little demotivated. But then if I make like new goals, like that can definitely help.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
perfectly said. I mean, that's like perfectly said. I mean,
Yeah.
and like that's one of the most. That's why I saved that question for last, because that's a big one and it happens to
Mhm.
everyone. So I
It really
think getting
does.
input from someone else that has went through a lot and has streamed for 3 years almost. So it's really good for, and it helps other people as
Yeah.
well. So
Mhm.
it's always good to have those people to help you out, especially when stuff like that happens.
For sure. And also, every streamer goes through it too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if you reached out to another streamer, they would help you as well. But I feel like it's just tough to like get out of that comfort zone and actually
Uh-huh.
like reach out for help. But I think like if you were close to someone and close to another streamer, they would always be down to help and give advice.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure they went through it too.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So to Amber's community, a lot of you guys stayed to, meme with Amber and, listen to what she has to say. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, this is the first time we've ever done anything like this. And I'm sure Amber was super excited when she found out. Jen, you're a bot. I'm just going to say that now before I get into anything. I appreciate all of you guys that actually came to this kind of content. And I really hope you guys enjoyed it, because it was a lot of fun to do. even though I wasn't reading chat and stuff. I really hope you guys enjoyed it.